Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Siva here. A long time no speak, I know, but I'm back home from Bali. I'm not gonna lie, I've been back for a minute. I spent about a month in Bali, and now I'm back and I'm feeling more grounded. It was definitely an interesting experience, and maybe I'll talk a little bit about that here. I had some things recorded, but I just wasn't happy with the quality. It's funny, I took all of my heavy, expensive equipment with me to Bali thinking, oh, I can podcast there, and that totally wasn't the case at all. That being said, for those of you who don't know, I am a full time coach now, so part of that feels natural to be consistently posting on podcasts and communicating in this way. Also, because I just really, really enjoy it. To be honest, to be really, really honest, I never started a podcast to, like, I don't know, put a message out there or something. I really am in love with this art form, I'll call it. Like speaking and being able to have that record. It's almost like journaling for me, even though I journal as well. And it's just, I don't know, there's something really special about speaking and audio and words in general. So I'm just a big fan of that. But I honestly think because of my love for it, it just translates differently than a TikTok, for example, which obviously it would because a TikTok's so short. But a lot of the really good feedback that I've gotten is from people who listen to the podcast, not so much people who follow TikTok. So I feel like it's a totally different connection as well. So if you're listening to this, really I appreciate you, and thank you for allowing me into your sacred mental space. It's a big deal. Today feels like more of a catch up vibe. It's more flowy, there's not structure, but I will be doing really specific things as well for the purpose of helping you on your journey. My niche of clients is working with people who have anxiety and helping them overcome that. But I also have clients who they're not really anxious, they just really would like more from life. And so I think I'll speak to both of those things on here because and me and my spiritual practice, it's not centered around, overcoming anxiety or overcoming really big things, but it's about connecting deeper to yourself and deeper to the universe, source, God, whatever you want to call it, and just embodying fulfillment and freedom. I've been kind of brainstorming what to talk about on here because I do want to give information on some of the big stuff that has really helped me. For example, recently I've been rereading Parallel Universes of Self by Frederick Dodson. And wow, I always kind of categorize that in my mind as like the normie book because it's his most popular book. But oh my gosh, it's profound. So I'm been experimenting with parallel universe shifting, and that totally deserves its own episode. Some other things like emotional clearing, embodying your new identity, and really learning about manifestation and all of these other things that are like big keywords and buzzwords online. But it's like, what does it mean to really bring these topics down to earth and be able to utilize them when it's important? I mean, I'm guilty of this too, just going through a million books, listening to things, doing exercises, but then when it's really important or when you could really apply it, you forget. So I think it's really important having a great way to implement things because knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. And as I am growing as a coach more, I'm finding it easier and I'm finding better ways to explain things. Like emotional clearing for me, even months ago, was kind of hard for me to really concisely explain to people and in a way that they could take it and use it right then. So you'll definitely get to see me grow on my journey. And if there's anything that you want me to specifically talk about, feel free to reach out. I'm around on my socials. I'm Siva's Soul everywhere. I'll keep this episode kind of short today, get back in the flow of everything, get the momentum going. But yeah, I've basically just been around working on my business and doing the best that I can in each moment. Bali definitely taught me a lot. One of the things it taught me was I don't want to live in Bali. I thought that I would go out there and that would be the result, but it wasn't. And it kind of made me appreciate my country even more, even though everybody gives America a hard time. It has some upsides to it, I'll say. It really taught me about surrender on a deep level. Just surrender to circumstance, surrender to how you're feeling, surrender to the universe, and that you'll be okay. It was a great experience because I had never solo traveled before, and it gives me a different perspective knowing that I can just pick up and go by myself and things will be okay. If you travel, you know there are ups and downs in travels. So there were some of those more challenging moments, but I survived. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I know some people don't even like that quote, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But it's kind of true. They say, "Oh, what didn't kill you tried to kill you." Well, but it did make you stronger in the process. And not even stronger, I don't even think is really the right term, because if you really look at it, any situation is your medicine. So when the challenging moments do come up, it's like, why am I resisting this? That's the question to ask. Because if you really had the knowing that everything would be okay and that everything is okay, everything is complete, then there wouldn't be a resistance to the situation. So within all the challenging moments, it's a chance to get back to your truest nature. So in a sense, it's not even strength, like this thing of will. It's more of a letting go. It's more of a surrendering to yourself and the situation. I say yourself because whatever emotions that you are having can be surrendered, and then the problem will likely dissolve. And that's the upside of knowing of all of this. It's like at any point in time, you can flip the situation and turn it into your favor some way, somehow, even if you don't even know what that would look like. So, with that being said, as this week goes on, I invite you to notice yourself within the situations in your life, within the context of your home, and see what is really challenging you. And maybe making that shift from thinking it's a challenge, it's hard, it's a problem, to it's your medicine, and that you've attracted this to fully get back to your true natural self. The part of you that doesn't have loads of emotional baggage to carry around everywhere, attracting problems. So you can let that go and feel lighter. In the health community, they say the sickness is the cure. And I would say that's true in every area. The problem is the solution. I think making that shift just makes life more fun in general. With that being said, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you. I love you. Peace and love at ya.